Hey everyone, in this video I wanted to go over something that I think is probably one of the most important things that you're ever going to have to deal with when you're renting or selling your home or both. And that is the title of this video is the truth as to why your home is not renting or selling that your realtor won't tell you. And typically what we hear is location, location, location. Of course, location is without a doubt important. It's one of the biggest reasons why your home will sell. But there's another reason that's even more important than that, and I want to go over that with you today. So there are a couple of myths that people typically think of, and the first one, of course, is that that location is the only reason why a home will or will not sell. And again, although that's important, it's not the only reason. Um, uh, Folks that I speak with typically with their homes will say things as well as, well, listen, I put in thousands of dollars in upgrades, so my price is right, and folks should be just swarming my house and wanting to buy any minute now because I put in thousands of dollars. And listen, I can appreciate that. I don't. We never want you to lose any of the money that you've put into a home. We know that's been your hard-earned money, but markets change, and as markets go up and down, that really kind of dictates what buyers, renters slash buyers, are willing to pay. So even though you may have put in $40,000 into a home, doesn't mean that buyers are going to pay that. They're looking at all of your competition, and with today's with the internet, it's even easier and faster for them to do that. So that's kind of what I want to talk about today in this video. The next thing I'll hear is, well, listen, my house is located next to schools and parks and freeways, and so there's easy access, and so that justifies what I'm selling the home for, and so forth. And or other folks will say, well, listen, I've got my home listed on the MLS with my realtor, so I've got great exposure. This should be no problem. Uh, this home will rent or sell quickly. The truth of the matter is that most of the time when folks will work, for example, with a realtor who maybe is inexperienced, realtors are great. We like them. I used to be one. I used to sell with Remax and Keller Williams. But unfortunately, there are some that are not trained, and they're so desperate for a listing these days that they'll pretty much tell homeowners anything. And unfortunately, homes will sit for 1, 2, 3, sometimes even 6 months on the market because the home has not been priced correctly. And that really is kind of the secret sauce of getting a home rented slash sold in today's market, in any market actually. So the reality is the truth that your realtor isn't telling you, and the reason why your home is sitting isn't because the location is wrong, or maybe even the condition of the home isn't as good as it could be. It's really the home is priced too high, and someone hasn't had the the honesty to come and tell you, listen, we need to reevaluate your pricing. And typically, when it comes to selling rent to own, you have more leeway with the purchase price than you do with the rental amount. You don't have a whole lot of leeway with the rental amount. And there are lots of gurus and lots of information that you'll see on the internet that says you should be able to increase your rental amount $100 or $200 higher than the market uh, going rate because you're selling the home on terms and doing it rent to own. I think that's a huge mistake. I think you're just going to waste your time. I think if someone's coaching you to do that, I think they're going to waste your time too. And of course, it's easy for them to do that because it's not their home. But your buyers don't get why you're increasing your rental amount. And because with just a few clicks, they can simply look at your home and click away, you've lost a potential buyer for your property. Um, Someone who was looking to rent and maybe have not been exposed to what a rent to own is and how it works. Kind of like you think about yourself. If you weren't familiar with it, if you're still kind of fuzzy about it to this day, imagine your buyer who never has owned a home before. They're really confused and they don't know why you've increased the rental amount $100 or $200 above market rent. They see that, they click away, they see your competition, they realize that they're priced right with the current market values, and they go with that home. So uh, lowering the price. That's really all it boils down to. No matter what location, what condition of the home, if it's not renting or selling, it's your price. Um, again, number two, I put if you're competing against priced homes, again, your buyer's going to go to those homes. Um, One of the things that gives us kind of the edge in what we do is that when we sell a home rent to own, if you think about it, your competition is either renting the home or they're selling it, but they're not doing what we do, which is a hybrid of the two, which really expands and opens up your market huge because properties are not listed that way. So if you're renting only, you're competing against a sea of other rental homes. If you're selling only, you're competing against a sea of other homes that are for rent. But when you sell the home rent to own, you're doing a hybrid of the two, and you're really expanding your market in a huge, huge way. So that gives you a competitive advantage, and it gives another option for your prospective buyers to take. It makes it easy entry for them to come and be interested in what you've got versus your competitors. You've got about 6 seconds to capture your renter slash buyer attention, and if within those 6 seconds you don't capture it, you lose them. So so renting and advertising your home in that way is key. It's huge. Okay, so my recommendations for a property that has been sitting for 1 to 6 months um, is to lower your price. We sell our properties on average in 7 to 14 days, which is unheard of. And the reason why we're able to do that is two reasons. One, we've got a large tenant buyer list. We cultivate these lists. We educate these folks as to what a rent to own is and the advantages for them. You've seen at our website the advantages for you. And so it's really a win-win for everybody when it's done correctly, and that's key. And when the home is priced correctly, the home sells, and it sells quickly. You don't need to wait 30 days to 6 months to get your home rented or sold. That's crazy, and it's just wasting you money, and it's just helping somebody have a listing uh, added into their inventory, but it's not solving your problem. And meanwhile, you're having to carry your mortgage and maybe even a double mortgage, and it's just a huge problem. So lowering your price. And here's how you know if people are not calling within the first couple of days that you have your property on the market, advertised, your price wrong. If they're calling but they're not coming, you're overpriced. If they're coming to your house to take a tour but they're not making offers, you're overpriced. It's just that simple. So we recommend that you reevaluate your price, and when you put that on the internet, again, keep in mind that people are punching in those numbers. They're doing a search criteria. Within seconds, they can find your competitors. They'll find your house, and they're going to start doing a quick comparing. You've got about 6 seconds to capture their attention, or you lose them. If you're planning on pricing your home, for example, here's a little quick tip. If you're planning on pricing your home at $2,000 a month, for example, or $1,500 a month, or whatever, I always recommend doing it instead of $2,000 a month. Do it at $1,999, because then you're dropping yourself into a different search bracket. If someone's punching in anywhere from 1,900 to 2,000, they may miss you if you're doing yours at 2,000 and above. If you're just off a couple of bucks is my point. Lower it a couple of dollars, so that way you expose yourself to a bigger group of folks that are punching in a certain criteria that may just be missing your rental amount. So if you lower it by literally $1 or $2, you can expose yourself to a lot more folks. And of course, selling your home rent to own is opening yourself up to a huge market. So that's my video for today. I hope that is some valuable information for you, and definitely hope that you will consider us when it comes to selling your home with tenantbuyerlist.com. Tenantbuyerlist.com. Thanks so much.